Okay, after cutting my tapers, I did a little mock-up here. This is sitting on the bottom. Let's see here. There. So this is sitting on an actual side of the leg. This is the tapered side, and then this is just a little block to represent where the other side would go. But when you put a square up against this, and when you have these flush here at each corner, right, like that, and you bring a straight edge up, you can see that gap. So I need to correct that. They don't have it in the plan, correcting for that gap. So, but I'm going to do it. So I'm going to take my tri-square, set my, or not my tri-square, my adjustable bevel gauge, and set it on this angle, set my saw blade to that angle, and then trim all four sides, top and bottom, to get this nice and trued up here, so that I have a straight line going across. So once I get that done, I'll remock this up for you and show you the difference. So there's my angle. Okay, after setting my bevel gauge off of my taper cut, and reading the scale on my saw, it ends up being a 4-degree taper. So I'm going to mark each of my boards. They have to be, there have to be mirror images of each other. So you got to cut them in two different directions. But I'll get that done and show you the results here. Okay, I got my bevel set up, and I've got exaggerated marks on this end so that I know I'm cutting in the right direction, and then the other end is marked as well. So I'm just going to cut one and show you one here. I'm trying to remove as little material as possible here, so we'll see how this goes. Even though I do have these extra long, I've got probably some material to work with, but I'm still trying to take as little off as possible. Okay, I've marked that one inside A. I'll get its mate here, mark that, inside A as well, and make the 2 cuts, and then I'll show you how she matches up. All right, there's what we're looking for right there. Now it's not lined up perfectly because this is just loose fitting and it gets kind of wobbly. But that's much better than what I had before. I might have just the tiniest gap up here at the top. Maybe a little at the bottom, but that'll be fine. Those corners are flush. And it looks good. So I'll do the other 2 sides, and then we'll figure out our strategy for the rest of the way. Okay, I'm laying out the arc for the legs, and what I did was these 2 pieces were folded over, and this is the bottom. So, and the tops are up there. They want a 15-inch radius mark 6 inches from each edge. So I got my center line marked here, and yeah, here's my center line. I didn't carry it all the way up, but it's right here. And here's my 6-inch mark here. So I only have to mark one side. So what I'm going to do is place this on my center line, my trammel here. Put it on the 6-inch mark. Right there. And make my line. I'm going to go up to the other side here and do the same thing. Put the pencil on the mark. Bring the center line to the mark, or the needle, I guess. There you go. Had I continued that line, it would have been right there, right on the money. So this should be about 6 inches. Not about, it should be. And that's perfect. So this is the waist piece here. I'm going to have to use my jigsaw to remove these 2 pieces. I got to mark my other set of legs the same way. And then carry on. So you can see here my layout line, center line, 6-inch mark. Then my trammel is set to 15 inches. So I just marked here, put this on that mark, drop my pin on the center line, and then drew my arc. All right, it's looking good. I'll do the other set. Alright, I'll sand that. The good news is, I did a little test cut before. The inside chips out quite a bit, but the good side looks nice and clean. So, I got it laid out on the correct side anyway. A little sanding on that, and I'll be in business. I got to do 3 more. Well, if you remember a while back, I bought a spoke shave. This tool was built for this type of operation. Gets rid of them high spots in a hurry. One thing I will tell you, if you do use a spoke shave, just to break these edges here so you don't get any chip out. Makes quick work of that. Just got some PSA paper stuck to the cutout. And that also makes quick work of this. There you go. 3 down and 1 to go. Alright, this is going to have to be a walk around here to show you what I'm doing. I've got the one side that I'm not worried about right now, just clamped with my Jorgensen to keep it from falling over. So that's just clamped and to keep the angle of my side piece here in relation to this other piece, the other end piece. So I got my dowel jig set up, and I've got this side flush and the end flush, and I'm just going to drill both of them at the same time. I'm using a 3rd hole here. These two I haven't removed yet. They're 3/8, but so I'm going to use the 3rd one here. Drill this hole. Put a dowel in there to pin it, and then go up to the top and drill the same thing from the top down, 3rd hole. And then I'll figure out my spacing, and I'll probably put in 3 more, kind of like I did on the end piece there. So that's what I'm working on right now. This just dawned on me the other day. If I'm not using the stop color, I'm using the chuck as a stop. The way to check my depth, just put the bit in until it bottoms out, and bring the dowel that you're going to use up to it, and you want it to be a little proud so that you can trim them flush. And because I'm doing them both at the same time, I'm not real concerned about anything except whether this is flush. I don't have any way of holding that down. Probably could come up with something, but I'm just going to wing it here and drill this one time. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, she wanted to move on me a little bit there. See if I can hold it. That is a tight one. All right, there. I'm a little off. We'll have to figure that out. Got to come up with some way of holding these things.